since this walk has been done, I've been doing so much thinking about what's next in my life. What do I do next? Like, what follows up walking across America, you know? And before I left, I was acting, right? I was an actor. That was who I was. That was how I defined myself, you know? And that was how I made my living. And on my walk, I was like, you know what? I still want to act. I still think that's really important. But since I've been back, I've just been like, you know what? I don't want to hustle for auditions anymore. I don't want to spend my life driving from place to place, going freaking everywhere all over the damn green earth and just hoping and hoping and hoping that like this time someone's gonna see how brilliant I am and want to hire me for their film or their commercial or whatever. You know, mad respect to all the people still doing that and who still want to do that, but I realized it's not for me. And so it's not that I'm not going to go to auditions anymore. Like, if my agent gets me something, I'll go. But I'm not making that the focus of my life anymore. I've decided, again, to make a hard right. And it's always the hard rights in my life that have led to the greatest things I've ever done. Like, take this walk for an example. I was sitting there on, I think it was May 21st, just feeling crushed from the weight of the world, you know, from acting, from taking care of my family, from just all the losses that I feel like have just stacked up over the years, you know, very close family and friends. And I was just like, man, I'm about to lose my mind. And the only thing that came to me was walk across America. So I went to my friend's house and I said, hey, I'm going to walk across America. And they said, fuck yeah, do it. And so 2 weeks and a little bit later, on June 8th, I stepped off because I made that hard right. Because I knew that what I was doing wasn't helping me. It was just going to crush me and destroy me. And so if you're doing something in your life right now that you know is not right for you, that is crushing you, that is putting you in this box under this immense amount of pressure, then I would urge you to make a hard right. Especially if what you're doing you hate and you see something that you love, right? And maybe, you know, I got to take this line from Gary Vee because, God, I love him. He's brilliant. You know, maybe you're like, well, I love books, but I don't know what I want to do with books. Like, do I want to write books? Do I want to collect books and sell them? Do I want to restore old books? Do I want to become an agent? Do I want to be an editor? I don't know. But if you don't know either, then you need to start trying and you need to start stepping off into all those different directions and see which one works and see which one doesn't. Because if you know that what you're doing isn't what you want to do, then that's half the battle. The next half is taking that first step. And it is the scariest. That first step, I'm not going to lie to you. That first step is scary because you're declaring to the world and to yourself that I'm going to go do something else that I didn't believe I could do. But I'm telling you that you can. Look at Colin O'Brady. Everybody, I'm sure, was telling him, you can't walk across Antarctica unassisted. And he did it. You know, people were like, you're going to walk across America? I could never do that. Like, how would you even do that? How do you even do that? I'm like, I don't know. You take one step at a time. You know, you don't have to have it all figured out today. You do one step at a time, just like you do anything in life. And so if you're very aware and know that what you're doing is not what you want to do, then stop. Because it's not that I don't believe that life is short necessarily, but it could be over tomorrow. And do you really want to, you know, go down, die, whatever, on your way to a job that you hate? I remember I was in this relationship and we had talked about going to see like a counselor or whatever. And I was like, do I want to die on my way to go see a counselor to stay in this relationship? No, I don't. And that was how I knew it was done. And so if you ask yourself that question, like Steve Jobs said, if today was every day he said he looked in the mirror and asked himself, if today was the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do right now? And when the answer was no for too many days, he knew he had to change something. So if that's where you're at, then you need to switch it up. You need to get out, you know? And like Kobe's passing was tragic. Like it was palpable in LA. I mean, like I wasn't the hugest fan, but it was just like felt like a light had like literally left. But at least at the end of the day, that man did what he loved every single day. And he was doing what he loved when it went down. You know, he was going to help his daughter to go to a basketball game to make her life better. You know what I mean? At least he lived his life in joy. Can you say the same? And if you can't, that's all right. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay. But now that you recognize that, it's time to make that hard right. It's time to make that hard right. I mean hard right. If you can, stop what you're doing today and start on the new thing tomorrow. If you've got children and responsibilities and you got to come up with an exit strategy, then start working on your exit strategy. But don't spend another day doing something that you don't like. There's no point. There's no point. Anyways, got a little heavy at the end there, but I believe in you. I know you can do it. I know you can. Believe in yourself. Follow your heart. Listen to it. Follow your instincts. Follow your gut, whatever it is. Pray on it, whatever you need to do, but just go towards what makes you happy and leave the rest behind.